So last week we talked about Microsoft's Play Anywhere program and why it's killing the Xbox brand. Today we're going to expand upon that video and talk more about why Microsoft expanding from the console market into the PC market is ultimately a bad idea for them, and they are going to end up making a shit ton less money than they are now, or at least when they were with the 360. They're going to end up making a lot less money in the long run if they completely cannibalize themselves. They continue to do that by putting their exclusive games, the one thing that sets the system apart from everything else, giving it away to PC gamers. And after I made that video about the Xbox Play Anywhere program, I was doing some reflecting. I'm like, can it actually work? Can Microsoft expanding into the PC market actually work? And I did actually pitch an idea to myself. What if Microsoft did what Valve failed to do? Bridging the gap between PC and console gaming. Because they're already kind of doing that with putting their PC games on their Windows Store. But notice the Windows Store catalog compared to the Xbox One's catalog. Notice there's a few games missing. Oh, you got your Call of Duty on the Windows Store. Yeah, you got some third-party games. But what are you missing? Why didn't Microsoft decide to go all in with their Play Anywhere program and include all the games that are available on Xbox One on the PC? Why didn't they do that? Well, that's for a good reason, actually. And this is part of the reason as to why, if Microsoft continues going down this trend with putting their exclusives on PC, they're going to end up having to withdraw from gaming altogether. I know that might sound extreme to a lot of people, but listen to me. Microsoft expanding into the PC market is a very slippery slope from them, and here's why. Okay, how do console manufacturers make their most money? Is it through exclusive games? No. And that's why companies like Sony and Nintendo keep their exclusive games on their own damn platform. Because it's the thing that makes that console unique from the other console. If there was no such thing as exclusives, you wouldn't have 3 console manufacturers. You would have 2 at the very most, but not 3. But if Microsoft continues this trend by having no way of setting the Xbox One apart from other platforms and just having their exclusive games go on PC. I know it's not like putting their exclusive games on PS4 and Nintendo, but putting their exclusive games on any other platform that isn't the Xbox One is an awful idea, because it will not only take away the one thing that sets apart the Xbox One from every other platform, but it will also make Microsoft an unprofitable video game company. And why do I say that? How do most console manufacturers make their money? They make their most money through third-party sales, through video game software sales, not hardware sales, not just first-party exclusive sales. That's what they use to draw people into the platform. They don't rely on exclusives to turn them a profit alone. They want to get people into their platform in hopes that they buy more games on the store, and that's how they make their money. Well, that doesn't explain why Microsoft getting into the PC market is a bad idea, does it? Because they could just say, okay, here's what we're going to do. As far as we're concerned, the Xbox One and our Windows Store, they're all going to be the same thing. So it's pretty much going to be the ultimate hybrid between a PC and a console, pretty much what Valve failed to do with their Steam machines. We're going to make it better because it's going to have complete Windows functionality. It's going to be completely compatible with the Windows Store, and we're going to end up putting every single game that's on the Xbox One, the 360 backwards compatibility, because they could do that since it's a software backwards compatibility, not hardware. So that's a whole bunch of games already out there, and then all the third-party support that they have. And all that third-party support is crucial because that's how they make their most money. That's what makes brands like the Xbox brand and the PlayStation brand and the Nintendo brand profitable, is through third-party sales. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is for a reason, because here's what's going to happen if and when Microsoft decides to do a full expansion on the PC market. They're kind of dipping their toes in it right now, but they're not all in yet. I'm saying if they go all in, or even if they just continue to do this, it doesn't matter. I'm saying hypothetically, if they decide to go all in and make the next Xbox console a transitional console or like a hybrid console, it's the best of both worlds for console and PC gaming, and Microsoft would be best suited to do that because they own Windows. It's literally what they created. They're the reason why the whole PC thing is a thing. They invented all that shit. So they would be the best ones suited to do this because they're masters of console gaming, And they're also the inventors of PC gaming, really, if you think about it. Because the Windows OS was invented by Microsoft, and that's really how Microsoft got started. That's how they became the insanely huge company that they are right now. Windows alone is profitable, but all the other stuff they did, happened as a result of Windows. So it makes sense to do integration, but here's the reason why it's a bad idea. Because Microsoft is still a console manufacturer. Console manufacturers still make their most money from third-party sales, and the reason why I keep emphasizing that is because the way that console gaming works and PC gaming works are totally different in the way that third-party sales are made. Valve is the greatest example of this. Valve is the #1 digital distributor in PC gaming. But what's one thing that Valve is missing that Microsoft and Sony don't miss in their stores? That is a lot of third-party support. Now, that's not to say that Steam doesn't have more games or that Steam is not a better service than those other two services that I just mentioned. But what it does mean is that because of how decentralized the PC gaming market is, EA and Ubisoft were able to say, hey, look, Valve, we don't want you to have a cut of our profits anymore. So we're going to go ahead and make our own services. We're going to do Uplay, we're going to do Origin, and we're just going to go our own merry little way. So do you think it's a coincidence that you can't buy EA games on the Windows Store, that EA Access doesn't cross over from the Xbox One to the PC? It's because EA wants to be the only company that's able to sell EA games on the PC. So what ends up happening, if Microsoft tries to expand to the PC and possibly compete with Valve, they will end up losing a shit ton of more money in the long run, because a lot of their sales, a lot of the thing that makes the Xbox brand profitable is sales from EA games, from Ubisoft games, from even games like Overwatch, games that have their own service on the PC that are going to end up saying, hey, Microsoft, we're not going to allow you to sell our games on your platform if you're getting into the PC market, because that's what they're already doing. You think it's a coincidence that these games aren't available on PC? That a whole bunch of other games that are exclusives on the Xbox are playable on the PC, but third-party games, specific third-party games, like EA games and Ubisoft games, are not crossed over on the PC. Like, if you have the Xbox version, you could also play the PC version on the Windows, but you can do that for games like Call of Duty. That's not a coincidence. So Microsoft's PC expansion, their expansion into the PC gaming market more specifically, is going to end up killing the Xbox brand, like I said, because it gives less of an incentive to buy an Xbox console. Like, I talked about that in depth on the last topic, the last video I made about the Xbox Play Anywhere program. So if you want more in-depth analysis on that, then you could check out that. But in the case of what makes them the most money is their third-party sales, they are going to just end up completely having to withdraw from the market.